Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today's topic is going to be how to build an agent. An agent is just a repeatable process. It receives an input, follows a workflow, and produces an output. So the steps is going to be creating the workflow, define the workflow, and then we add the AI model. So this is the basic design of an agent. We have three elements. So normally in a process we would have the input criteria, input, workflow or actions, output, and exit criteria. So those are the full process, but in the agent we only have three elements, which are input, workflow, and output. An input is any source of material that the user input to the chatbot in order for it to analyze and generate. So for example, if you want your AI to generate a document or analyze or summarize this document or teach you how to do a math question, so those are the input. That is usually prompt when you use it on the web page, but for the agent you can it's more versatile. You can do more the various of file types. And for the workflow, we have to define the workflow before um, building an agent, because the agent has to understand what order of the actions, and it will follow the exact same thing. The clearer the clearer the workflow, the more accurate the agent is going to build. And the final thing is the output. Obviously, the output is um, what the LLM would generate, would display to the user. Maybe it's in a text file, in a web page, in a report, in an Excel file. So this is an example of a full workflow that I'll be showing you. So I'll first have this three folder: input folder, workflow folder, and output folder. At first, these folders are blanks, and then I'll define the workflow steps for the agent to follow. So here's the workflow that I just defined. I have the first step, input document; second step, summarize and output into a text file. So this is my workflow. Please create a simple agent with the following requirement. In the input folder, it contains the document to be summarized. In the output folder, it contains the results of the summarized document. And in the workflow folder, it follows the following steps: S1 and S2, which I have defined above. So we copy this. We go to project agent. No, this one. So I have created three blank folders. So I go to ChatGPT. I'm gonna create new project. So remember, you can't do this on a web page. You have to download the application in order to create an agent. So I call this a summarizing document agent. And then I add the folder that the codex can do its stuff. And you press create a project, and then I paste my workflow into here. So while the ChatGPT is compiling, it may ask the user for some certain permissions, because it is accessing your local folder. So it is very important for the ChatGPT to not bypass any privacy stuff. So now that the agent has done doing his thing, then go ahead to I open the folder in VS Studio. So click on the README file. This is a ChatGPT Codex operating agent. It does not require a Python API key or any command to run. Place the document into the input. Summarize the document in the input, and the agent will read it and save it in the output. So I would let's go to CBC. Let's just pick a random news here. Okay, so now I create a markdown file test. Now I paste the whole thing in. Then I'm gonna try GPT. Please summarize the document in the input folder, and it will follow the workflow to generate an output. So once the ChatGPT has done summarizing, it will put the output into the output folder, and then we would have this one. Here is the output folder. Here's my input. Pretty long, eh? And then here's the output folder. It summarized the whole thing, as you can see. And that's the end of today's video. If you find it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. If you have any questions, just drop a comment down below, and stay tuned for more tutorial. Goodbye.